This is Earl from Virginia. Let's get to the wrap up. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the hunt? Well, let's make a long story short. Last Sunday morning, got off work, went on a recon mission, and dingbat me, didn't have my camera with me at the time, and ended up finding a dump site. And how do I know it was a dump site? Well, started off, it's an area I've been wanting to get into for the last month, and I just haven't had the time to get down there, so I finally got a few moments. Spent about 2 hours, did nothing but eyeballing. And in 2 hours time, I got what you see before you. A little bit of mix of everything, some porcelain, some glass, some brass, a coin, and a tooth. And from another site, I'll show you that later, possible flake / cutting blade edge, maybe nothing, off some Foutsite chert. Alright, let's get down to it. I got a site, it's right near my house, fairly near. And story is, started off finding some broken glass and some ceramic pottery pieces and some bone, and I knew it was in the right area, and I knew it was potential to be part of the field hospital here that was here during the Civil War, and I knew it was potential to be modern stuff, and it was a little bit of mix of everything. Don't think it was much older than, excluding some things here, I don't think it's much older than Civil War period. I was hoping to find some colonial stuff. Most of it is 1920-ish. A little bit later maybe, and some later. Up to about 45 with this that we'll get to in a minute. Alright, so I started finding pottery pieces and some bone frags and some glassware, and I kept getting more and getting more, and I got in some ash layers where there's some burn piles. And it turned out the top end of this site, at the very top end of this site, about a quarter mile back from where I started, was some trash / burn pits / even a possibility of a pushed in house, because there was definitely some brick and it was deep, and I think it might have been a house site there, but I think it was pushed in there. It was adjacent to it, just in the back, and I think it was pushed in and burned. But like I said, it was a trash pit, but down deep where they've been digging all the way up to the top layer, it was a mix, like I said, everything from probably post Civil War or Civil War all the way up to probably about 1940, 1950, and even later. But let's get to it. First cool finds, I got two nice medicine bottles. This one here, it's definitely got the it's got 5 and 10 cc's at the bottom. It's got an Illinois stamp on the bottom. Don't know much a whole lot about bottles. I know it's a cork top, so this one's a cork top, but unfortunately it's got the seam, as you can see there, so it's definitely, I think that puts it from 1880 to probably 1920 range. I'm figuring this stuff is probably just about turn of the century, 1900, 1920. So I got a neat little medicine bottle, picked it up, dug it out of the bank, the trash bank, dug this one out of the trash bank as well, seen I think the bottom end. Same with that one. That one's turned slightly sideways and got it, so I dug both of them out of the bank. This one's no embossing except for the stamping on the bottom. Pretty sure it's a medicine as well. Cork top, but it is seamed as well, so it's going to put it around turn of the century. Neat little bottle though, pretty good condition. Some slight staining on the inside, but if I took probably time to clean a little bit more, that would probably come out. No special embossing, none at all, except for, like I said, the stamp. I don't even know if that's going to show up. Stamp on the bottom. This one's got the cc scale on the right. It's got probably a millimeter scale on the left. I'm not sure. It's not marked at the bottom. And this one definitely has a Illinois stamp, and it's got a little bit offset from the panel bottom, but they're both seamed, so I know they definitely turn a century. Then I caught this little plate. I was thinking at the time it could have possibly been some hardware off a rifle. Still kind of thinking that, but it may be just a furniture piece or whatever. It was down deep. It was in the burn pile as well, and I have to do electrolysis on it to clean up a little bit more. I can't see any markings, which I don't think it's going to be, but I thought it was a gun piece, but I could be wrong. I mean, it's definitely attached to wood some way or another, so it's either probably a furniture piece or a gun part, like just an I call it beauty plate. It's just like a cover plate or something. Did also find laying on the bottom from the hillside where the dozer been digging. Oh, was suspender slider buckle. I'm pretty sure it's a suspender buckle. No date on it. I try to clean up a little bit to show you some of the design. I think it's going to pick up on this video. Got that. Got this cool little, I'm sure you guys probably picked up some shell tokens in the past. Dug this in the eyeball find. I didn't actually dig it, it was laying on the ground. I seen it. It's a shell. I don't even know if that's even going to show up on this video. Shell presidential token, game token. And it's dated his term, which is Franklin D. Roosevelt. 1933 to 1945. Hope that shows up. It looks like a shadow on my thing, but it's a pretty cool token. It's got a little bit of staining, and pretty sure it's aluminum. Feels like aluminum at least. It might have had like a zinc coating on it or something. And just like I said, the back just says Shell Presidential Game Token. I found some cars before. I don't think I have any presidential tokens, but again, all these are eyeball finds. Then I did find 3 marbles. 2 of them are just beautiful. I can't say the least for marbles. I'm not too freaked out on marbles, but I always love to find them. This one here has got some beautiful color to it, and I don't think I've found this color range before. Ooh. I don't think I've ever found this color range before. It's got some translucency here. It's a really nice marble. And then this one here is my prize. I really like this one. Sorry, my finger's in the way. It's just got a little like blood splat. It's like a blood drop in it. And just a little seam, pretty much white. And man, that thing's just, I love it. It's probably the nicest marble I've ever found. Slightly bigger than this other one. And then I got your typical green. I know that's not late. And it's also got a fracture, stress break. It could have been from the fire. Could have just been broken over time. Could have been broken when I was discarded. But they're always round. Then of course I found in the bank while I dig in the glass this nice tooth. I'm pretty sure that's a cow tooth. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Cow or horse? I don't think it's a horse. I'm not familiar enough with those animals to tell you exactly. Could be a horse. I don't know. The one side's broken here. Other than that, this thing's in pretty good shape. Still some enamel on the top. So I kept it. So if you know exactly what kind that is, give me some feedback. Let me know. And the last piece, oh sorry, some more pieces are the buttons. Got 3 porcelain glass. I think this one here is my oldest one. It's pretty cool. They're all 4 holes, porcelain, small cuff, 2 bigger coat, or jacket size ones, shirt size, whatever. Pretty sure this is the oldest one. Then I got 2 mother of pearls. The one started deteriorating. The one in the bigger one, almost as soon as it started drying out. So I got to be careful with it. A couple pieces already fell off. It's flaking off a little bit. Then I got this nice doll head. Of course, it's broken at the base, but kind of remind me. It's not George Washington. It's a girl. It looks like, but I thought it was George Washington at first when I looked at it. I thought it was pretty cool, so I picked it up. Porcelain doll head. Got 2 beads. I thought they were both glass. This one's definitely glass. This one, after I got home, I'm pretty sure it's plastic, so it's probably 40s, 50s, 60s. Who knows? But I'll hang on to it. Then the last piece was when my daughter and I went fishing Sunday. We went to the place I went about 2 years ago, and I talked to you about, which was the Fort Site Chert Quarry from Native American Indians, which is about a half-mile away from where I found this. And the reason I picked it up, it was about a couple hundred yards away from the creek bank, so it's most likely carried there, but it's a nice pressure flake, or a nice pressure break, looks like, off the edge. This thing's got a killer edge on it. I don't know if that's picking up on the... I thought it could have been a tiny scraper. It fits perfect. My thumb fits perfect in that hole. Grabbing the corner, it's a tiny little... I don't know. It would have worked great for, like I say, a tiny little scraper. It could just be a freak and it's just a chip off the corner, and it is a corner. If you look at it at this angle, most of the chert that comes out of here comes out of blocks, and this piece would have been just about like right there. Hold on. This piece would have been like up in the top corner, and they would have flaked it off, or it just broke off. Just got a vein there on the outside, but it's got a pretty good edge. It looks like it's definitely a strike off, nice and shiny there, but it hasn't been worked other than that. So it was just flaked off the corner, or it just happened to be a natural break, and I found it. It was just out of sight for where I was at, or not typical for where I was at. So I picked it up. Let me know what you think, whether that's possible artifact or not, or just rock. It's probably just rock, but let me know. So that's it. I'm wrapping up. Talked a little bit too long. All this stuff, eyeball finds, man. Every once in a while, you got to do some eyeballing. And had a good time. Spent about 2 hours in the sifting and sorting and looking and digging, and it was muddy and the whole 9 yards, but I had a great time. It was early in the morning, nice and cool. It was in the shade, and got to see some cool stuff. Left a lot of things, most of it was broken, like I was saying. This is the better stuff of what I've seen. May still take my metal detector down there. Of course, it's going to ring off like crazy because there's a ton of iron in there, so it's going to be a short-lived site too. I'm not going to get into where it's at and what it's for, but it's going to be here today and gone tomorrow, probably in about another week or two. And they're working on it first thing in the morning till late in the evening, and I work in evenings, so it's going to make it difficult. I probably only have a chance to get in there 1 or 2 more days. So this is Earl. Thank you all for stopping in. Feel free to comment, and here's some eyeballing finds. Have a good day, guys. Later.